What up? Good morning. Early to bed, early to rise. Get the sleep up out the eyes, man. I got a question I want to ask today. Uh, how, if at all, do you guys get involved in your spouses, your significant others, family issues? What I mean by that is, especially not now that we older, but especially back when we was younger, if you saw red flags in your spouse's family, or if you saw them treating your spouse differently, um, did you take up for them? Did you get involved in your spouse's issues? If you did, how did that play out? If you didn't, how did that play out? Now I'm gonna give you my opinion. And I probably didn't gave it on many videos and probably give it on a lot more. If I'm with you, this one right here, I'm talking about, let me see this one right here. I'm talking about this guy right here. If I say I fuck with you and I'm with you, I fuck with you and I'm with you. Ain't nothing else gonna change that. You did. So yeah, I get all kind of involved if I see my old lady getting mistreated, my children getting mistreated by her family, just as well as I would with my own. Now I've heard my old lady and her brother argue, and it has got somewhat heated. But I didn't say a word because that's his sister. So of course, I'm not gonna even let him get a chance to touch. I'm one of them niggas. I don't want to give a person a chance to get that close. So I'm watching very closely and know, all the telltale signs of when somebody, what they call pre-attack indicators and all that whatnot. So I got good sense on when something gonna happen. But I'm gonna let them argue if you understand that. We're not gonna let it go too far. But that's his sister. They've been arguing way before she knew me, bro. That's the concept that people got to understand. They've been doing that before you was anywhere around, brother. So it's a fine balance with that, and I would love to see what people think one day on that. OG, I would love to see what you think on that. Getting involved in those type of issues. Yeah, that's just something that it kind of hit my head today. Like, that's a thing that I ain't never really heard nobody talk about. You got to be careful when it comes to your children around other people anyway, because you don't know who's jealous of you. You don't know who. So the main point is, yeah, man, take up for who you deal with. To me, that's my opinion. You got to, bro. You got to take up for who you deal with. Loyalty is first. Everybody say family first, and man, fuck that. Loyalty first. I got people who ain't related to me that's loyal to me, bro. I got people who related to me that will let me rot in jail or prison, whatever the fuck. But I got homeboys and homegirls that I ain't knew a long time at all. I wouldn't call a long time that they wouldn't dare. Nah, if they knew I was up in there, that's a problem. And the number one reason is because they know I would come get them. And number two, they know Steve gonna pay me back. He ain't finna jump out on no bail, no bond, So it's about your name and your credit. It's about your credit. This something right here. A Dunn's number. And you can see that say Dunn and Bradstreet. See, you can get your Dunn's number, man, for your business. And that's the equivalent of a whole nother line of credit. You get your business credit lined up now, that's a whole nother line of credit. Then they got something called a UEI number that's going to get us lined out for grants. Man, go get you your own company, build it up. I mean, however you need to do it. It might be tough in the beginning, but once you get that EIN number and all these different numbers, man, and you in business for a full year, you'll start to get grants and things going to happen. And I'm going to kind of show you as I could go as much as I can, and we talk esoterically. So those that's going to get it. And those that ain't, you just ain't. And that is what it is. That's why I speak esoterically, because I don't want everybody to know. You dig? Yeah, it ain't for everybody, because when you pick it up, you're supposed to pick it. It's supposed to be a natural, organic thing. Not all 100% spelled out. Like my nigga say, he like to do it. He got a saying he like to say. And that's absolutely right. And I heard a few other old men say that back in the day, that's what you have to do. But what we gonna do is get it done. That what the white boys, the equivalent of the white boy, get her done. But yeah, man, I just want to touch bases on that about the spouses and stuff. Do you jump in those, fights? Have you ever jumped in them fights? I have, to the point just to say calm down. And if I done got into it, say me getting into it with her brother, I asked her not to say anything to him about anything. You just don't mix that like that. But of course, you wouldn't let nobody touch your spouse. But taking up for your person and that you with, I don't, think that's a bad thing. When you're dealing with these sisters and brothers and stuff arguing, that's kind of like something that it's a tiptoe thing. And another question I got, probably the most important one, probably the one that's really on top, is if you got a spouse, do you really know them? And do you really know how they treat their family? Okay. And if you do, if they treat their family weird or whatever you want to call it, what makes you think you're so special to be this new person to come in and then you won't get treated fucked up eventually? That's just like if you get with a girl, but she had a dude, right? Oh, I took this girl from this dude. Well, guess what could happen to you, fam? She can be taken from you because you ain't special. We think we are, and we are compared to another animal. But when it come down to it, to other human, we all the damn same and think the same. We tend to think, some think a little fake. You dig what I'm saying? But when it come down to it, we all got that basic primal need and yearning. That's all the same. So if you got a spouse that's treating they family bad, like shitting on them, like let's say we doing damn good, and they got a family member that's not doing good, do you let your spouse shit on them, talk about them, talk about them to their family, even if they don't, is that all right with you? And what will give you the audacity to think that you're so big that shit ain't gonna happen to you if they did it to a family member? Think about that. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Of course, I'm finna get the word. I'm finna make this money. That's what I do. Shit, we're gonna hold it down. But yeah, man, I just got this Dunn's number to come in. I'm happy about that because I know that's gonna start that business line of credit. So, man, we moving straight to the top, guys. And if everybody put their pieces together, boy, we'll have a mean goddamn chess set. And we can do whatever the fuck. Signing out.